Hello everybody, Andrew here at Fixology. Hope you are all having a great day. Mine's been okay, so if any of you asked, great. If not, oh well, we'll move on. So today I got something a little, definitely a lot more different than probably I've seen on here. So little backstory before we get to it. Got a board here, obviously. These boards are coming out of an audio mixer called a, what is it, a ZED10? A ZED10? Hold on. A ZED10, sorry. A ZED10 by Allen and Heath, which I'll show here briefly, but I'll also just put a picture up so it's easier to see. And I've been getting a few of these for my brother for the company that he works at, with multiple issues on them. Couple of the ports in the top right corner on the main audio ports are going bad, so either something went loud, solder failed, or the actual connectors are shot. So I've been looking at those. But actually, he brought in a bunch of them to me, and I've done already a few before this batch, but probably like 3 or 4. But I got another 4 or 5. It looks like that are having no power turning on. Like no power whatsoever, and so I always thought that was kind of weird. So one thing I did notice though is all of them had a very similar issue. On these mixers, they have mounting bolts on the bottom side that'll either go up into it or they come down for like some like rubber footies or something like that. And theirs were either taken off or they don't work anymore, or they wore off. And a lot of times what's happening is one of these screws, the top right corner where the connector goes into, so where the main power connector is, has been arcing between 2 points. So if you'll notice here, very obviously, it arcs right around here and then just blows out the whole line. It also blows out the line above it too. So all of this is exposed copper. The trace is no longer here at all. That's just all the aftermath. I already did run continuity checks and everything, so these are all fine. These are fine. It's just that there's nothing between the points. So we're gonna go on a fun adventure, and I'm going to hopefully repair all these traces, which that top one doesn't look too bad, but that bottom one, you got to do a lot of it, it looks like. So I went and got myself some copper tape, which they don't have anything pre-formed that small, so this is 2 mil thick. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut off a part of it and then cut it in half to fit, because if you look at it, it's quite large. So hopefully this goes off without the hitch. So I'm gonna first start by, I'm just gonna go down to here, so I'm gonna get a small portion there. And if I do this right, I should be able to just cut right through it with my X-Acto knife. There we go. All right, cool. And these are double-sided copper pieces, so you know you can reuse them. You can use them any direction, and I believe the backside is sticky from what I read. We're about to find that out for sure. Ooh, it's longer than I thought, but you know what? I can always cut it, so. And then obviously there'll be an opening, so I mean, that's fine. I'm just going right up to it, and then I'm going to solder on top of it. So hold that in place. So it is sticky. All right, cool. And then I just need to cut the excess. But there's you. Oh, there's you. There's you. There's you. Excuse me. And actually, I'll do waste not, want not. I should be able to push that piece right onto this one. And this isn't how I'm going to leave it. This is just adhesive to hold it in place, which I'm guessing just makes it easier for anybody working on it, which I do appreciate. Because then I'm going to put solder across the whole type, and then also, what is it, board holder, board repair, solder mask. I haven't used it in a while, so I forgot the hell the name was. All right. So, okay, so that works. So if I cut it in half, it'll be fine. So then, you know, I'm just going to, instead of having a whole roll of it hanging around, I'm just going to cut off a piece, and we're going to cut off what we need from there. And then I'm going to put you back in your bag so you don't unwind on me. I do not want, 30, 40 feet of copper wire unrolling on me. Oh, started doing it now. Stop. You're making me look like a fool in front of the dozens of people that watch me. And no, I'm not talking to the copper tape. I swear, it actually started it, so it's it's not my fault. It started. Of course you started it. Look at you. Now they're gonna think I'm crazy if they don't already think that already. Fucking do something to you later. All right. All right, let's see here. So I want to go from here to there. Cut that. And then I wonder if I should just try to think easier ways to do this. You know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to do this instead. So let's take the... This copper tape is very, very thin. I know, weird. Hopefully it's not too thin and it's not going to affect like the resistance or anything like that. I really don't know because it didn't give me a value. Everything that I looked up for a lot of these copper tape things are like trace repair. Either it's the micro trace repairs for like cell phones, tablets, stuff like that, which is good. I did buy some of that because I know I need it, but it's too thin. It's too small for this stuff. And this is the only other option I see, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too thick of a material to cause like resistance problems or anything like that. Okay, so if I do this, what if I just cut off the exit? Because I don't want it to go too wide. Actually, what I'll do is I'll save this piece because we have another one that has the same issue. If I keep that piece, that's the exact same length because they're the exact same machine. But yeah, this is like, I don't know if this is something that the company that has them decided to do to make like a mounting point, so they just drilled through the bottom, or if the feedy on them, since they wear out, they're just in metal, there's no rubber ground or anything like that, if they're just wearing out and falling through. But seems to be a fairly common with this one. I don't know if it's a manufacturer defect. So these things have been around for about like 7 or 8 years, it looks like, and you can still buy them, and they're still like $400. So at least in terms of audio equipment, I've heard they're pretty damn good. I don't know anything about audio equipment, so don't take my word on it. I'm just basing off the couple people that I know that DJ and a couple companies that my brother has worked with, or his in general that he works with. So, all right, so that's extra copper. Okay. All right, so let's get my soldering iron heated up. So the points are going to be right at the edges here, this right there, then this has got to go over there, and then what I'll do, actually while the soldering iron's heating up, I'm going to grab my multimeter so I have it here ready to go. And I thought I would need my microscope, but it's honestly not that big, so I'll just end up zooming in on that, so no big deal. Ugh. And then, all right, so I got that. That's there just in case. All right, gotta wait for my soldering iron to warm up. Man, this weekend has been a drain. Even though it was a 3-day weekend for it, technically it was a funeral on Friday. So anybody, funerals, they're not exactly relaxing. So then it kind of fucks your whole weekend. Close friend of ours, so it kind of sucks that way. So we had to deal with that all weekend. Finally, today was stuff that I could get done, but woke up and my neck was just fucking super stiff. It's still kind of stiffened up, but I think it's working its way out. Had to still run around, pick up some stuff, go fix another customer's phone, which unfortunately the part I had was already broken. So I took it out of the box and it was already broken. So I had to get him another piece, another one, and then possibly another repair anyway. So just turned into one of those days where you got a lot done, but for no results. So I'm pissed off about that. Ugh. But hopefully next weekend I'm gonna be changing my workstation here. This little board that I got from Hobby Lobby, I mean it's cool and all, but like it's not as sturdy as I thought it was to be. I mean, you guys obviously see, you know, if I do anything, you know, it shakes like crazy and shit like that. So what I'm gonna do is they make I think there's like these 6-foot like foldable tables you can get at like Walmart or Costco or something like that. I'm just gonna pick up one of those and I'm just gonna replace this so that I'll have more room left to write, which is great. So I can have more off-camera storage, but it's also deep enough where I can put my whole little power system I have in the back, which is just one of those giant extension bar rails. Which actually, if I get that bigger table, I'm going to get the bigger one of that. So I think there's like a 10-port one or something like that. Maybe if I can find one with USBs on it too, that'd be great. All right. So got that. I need my solder glue. I just had it. No, that's solder removal. Got flux. That's easy. Am I stupid? No, it's right. You guys press out the whole time, but no, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I did finally get a fume extractor as well. Got this guy off Amazon. It's actually pretty well built. It's very solid metal. I don't know if it's just a heavier aluminum or a steel, but like it's very solid. The filters easily take out about it and bring it, put it in and take it out, and they sent me like 3 of them. And the only thing is I don't know is hopefully it's not going to be too loud. Obviously, it's going to make some noise regardless, but... So hopefully it won't be too loud, even though not many things are louder than my voice anyway, so I really don't have to worry about it. Alright, so we're going to start up here where we put the other ones. Just a little bit of flux. And this should be pretty easy. Yeah, the adhesive's falling off on the backside, which, you know, understandable. The solder will act as the adhesive as soon as it's held together. This piece actually fell upwards, so I'm just going to push it down and then hold it in place. Okay. Honestly, I don't know if I need flux for this part, but I'm doing it anyways, because it never hurts. Maybe that's why this part up here wasn't working right, because I didn't have the whole thing melted. There we go, much better, okay. So that's in place. Just gonna do this whole corner. It looks like the fume extractor is working all right. It's a little farther away, so all right. And I do have a second one of these, which, depending how long this takes, which right now we're at about 13 minutes, I might do the other one, or I'll just do it off camera, and then I'll put it all together, and I'll show you guys that I have powered up. Because the main thing about it, they said they had no issues, just randomly stopped working. So, I don't know if that looks good. All right, so here we go. I'm going to grab my solder. I'm going to grab my multimeter, and we're going to set on continuity mode. I'm going to double check. All right, continuity mode is working. All right, let's check up here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This one to this one. Come on. Okay, so I'm getting it to here, but not to... Oh, there we go. Okay. Just had to up the voltage until it would hit it. Nice. These are still working. And then I already checked these together because these also have continuity, so we know the power is going to flow through them. That's no problem. Double check to here, 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 here. Good. Here, 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 here. Fantastic. And I don't think this goes to anything else. Nope. So as long as it sits all around here. And these guys are still good, I'm pretty sure, right? All right, cool. Sweet. So we got that piece in. And like I said, I do have a few more of these. So this one I'm not going to put together on camera just because the thing is actually quite large, so I don't have the room to work on it. So what I am going to do, though, is I'll just do the set masking real quick so you guys can see that. And I realize that I've done it a few times on my own, and I've done a really shitty job of it, but I've seen a lot of the more skilled solderists or YouTubers that do this stuff are, they're just taking I'm missing the plunger for this. That's annoying. Okay. They're taking a small brush and just painting it on, which I looked at that and went, why the hell didn't I think of that? So, what I'm going to do is I'm just put a little bit on this brush. Oh, I don't have a pusher. Whoop. Just put a little bit on the end of my brush here. Said a little, not a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, it's because that's gunk. All right, hold on. Paper towel. Oh, there you are. At least I always got a paper towel near me. All right, let's get that chunk out of the way first. All right, let's try this again. So I'm just going to take a hair. Oh, yeah, it's much smoother than the way I was doing it. Way you go, Andrew, you dipshit. Do they make these in a form that isn't the syringe form, like just like a little paint cup? 'Cause I think I'd like to do that instead. Be a lot easier for maintenance too. Yeah, this works much better. If I could get an even finer point one, it'd probably work even better too, but beggars can't be choosers. I gotta find a plunger for these. I wonder if they're all pretty universal, the plungers for these syringes. So the nice thing about this is that I can put a glob on it and spread it just like paint. Whoops, sorry. My multimeter yells at me when it's left on too long. Okay. Back on, wipe that tip off. I'm guessing you probably clean it with like water or something. I don't know, I'll have to try it later. And then I got a UV light. All right. Ooh. I need something to sit behind it to hold in place. All right. So that needs to sit for, I don't know, like 5 minutes or so under the UV. Last time it didn't work because I put too thick of a layer on, so it just ended up being gobby. But hopefully this one now, it should just be 5 minutes with the UV light on it. So I will be back to you guys in a second. Be right back. And we are back. So let's see how well this hardened up. I might need a stronger UV light. See here. Take my tweezers, move you out of the way. Well, it's still a little soft, but from the most part, it's quite hard. Yeah, I think that'll do. And it'll dry out just naturally as well. So, okay. Alright, so remove this out of the way so it doesn't get hit by anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other one. Yeah, I think I'll just do it on camera, honestly. So, do this. So once I have them both fixed, I'm going to put them both together I will grab the I'll grab the power cord and then show you guys that it's working, because I know I didn't have it right now, but that's because I just don't have the room on this desk, so I don't have a recording setup on the other desk where my computer is, which I know it should probably be on the same one to make it easier, and I would agree, but it just hasn't worked that way. So, okay, this one though is a little different too, because it does have a little bit of a blowout here, whereas the other one didn't. So I'll need a small scrap to go there, which actually I should be able to do with this guy. And you don't want it to rip, so gotta be real careful about that. Okay, looks like I got a majority of the flux off. All right, okay, let's do our continuity checks again. Okay, continuity's working. Boom. Yeah. Awesome. And then just making sure all these guys are hitting. There we go. All right, cool. Sweet. So I think we got that. So we're going to now, again, put the solder mask on, which actually this time I think we're just going to do something a little bit different. Instead of dipping from this, I'm going to just pour it directly on and spread it with the paintbrush. Might work a little bit better, less time consuming, so be easier with a plunger, but I don't have one, so a little there, put some right there, put some all along you. Okay. Hope that's enough. Looks like it is. Ooh, there we go. It's working out pretty well. That's a little thicker of a glob. Yeah, crap. Okay, went a little overzealous. I can spread it out and make it a little better, but I don't want it too thin. All right. And it looks like alcohol cleans off the paintbrushes pretty well. So if you just clean off an alcohol, it looks like it gets it. I mean, it gets stained green, but as long as they don't stick together, that's the important thing. All right. So I'm going to put my weaker UV light back on it for another couple minutes, and then I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like. Be right back. And we are back. So let's see how this one turned out. This one might have been a little longer than a couple minutes, but it's not going to hurt anything. Pretty hard. It's a hair soft, but no, that'll work. Honestly, the main thing with the solder mask is just to make sure it's covered, you know, because all these other traces are covered. Some aren't, but most of them are. Okay, so now I have them all taken apart. I have them all resoldered. And honestly, for my first time making these kind of custom-ish ones, I think they turned out pretty well. I think I can make the solder mask a little cleaner, but that's just, you know, a little bit of the OCD kicking in. So I am going to put these all back together, and I do have them labeled, so I'm not going to put them in the wrong spots or anything like that. So I'm going to put them back together, and then I'll bring it over here with the power code so I can show you that it turns on and stuff like that. I don't know how to test them, unfortunately. My brother said he was going to show me, but just never had time to do it, so it'll probably be one of those things. I'll show them that it's on, it turns on, they'll have to test it themselves. He did give me a speaker to test it, but I haven't had time to do that, and he wants these all done by the end of this month, so still got to work through about 4? Maybe more? I don't know. But he gave me a pretty big box. This is a heavy, heavy box that he gave me with everything, so I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. After 25-30 minutes of tedious screw play, and not in any way was it arousing. I got them all put back together. I don't have it where all the mounting screws are in, but I just, that way in case it doesn't work, I'm going to, you know, I won't have to take apart the whole damn thing. So now these shouldn't blow out anything on my board or my little extension cord here. So put you in here. Great. And this is the on button. So moment of truth. We're going to be looking for some lights to come on. And I want to make sure if there is a problem, I want everything out of the way. Here it goes. Lights. I don't know if these even come on without it being connected to anything. Okay. I do know these will put out voltage levels though. I don't remember if it's an AC or DC though. So let's throw it on DC mode first. Ooh. Okay, maybe it's AC. Because I'm pretty sure they put out power. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'll check DC again real quick. These might just be audio, though. So, and if that's the case, I'm not going to have the machinery to test that. Could have sworn that one of these put out power. Maybe it's the USB one. I don't know. But that light was not coming on beforehand. I don't know how to work any of this bullshit, but you know, I'm just going to push a couple buttons and I'm going to listen to make sure there's no pops. I'm sure there are people out there that know how to use these, and that's great if you do. I don't fucking know. But all I can tell you is that these lights were not on beforehand. And I'm guessing these will turn on if it's connected to something. So there's nothing in there right now. And then same thing with the levels, with the decibel. I'm guessing those are a decibel meter or something like that. All right, so that's cool. All right. And that was their main concern. It won't turn on. They even labeled it on here. Don't turn on. That off to the side. All right, let's grab the second one. And then, oh my God, this fucking stiff neck is killing me. And then obviously on the back side, I'm going to clean them up too, get all the dust off of them, and then I'm going to put all the mounting screws back in, because I'm not going to send it back to them like this. It'll be ridiculous. All right, off. And I stuck my finger in some solder mask. Fantastic. Okay, so plugged in. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting some other... So it's flashing now. Yeah, these move, but I'm getting flashes, so I wonder if maybe one of the connections didn't take. Alright. Okay, well, so one of them works fine. This one, I'm getting some movement, so I'm wondering if maybe something is not properly connected, or maybe I have one of the boards lined up wrong. Maybe one of the connectors is a little loose. So I'm going to take this one apart off record, and I'll let you guys know later if it fixed it at all. I'm just getting pretty burnt out for the whole day and the whole weekend. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.